Received Thursday a total of 72 mail-in votes so far.
Early voting for the May 6 election at the Dr. Patty Dotson Public Health Center, 2805 North Navarro, Classroom A, running through May 2nd, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Two children in Fort Worth were hospitalized in critical condition Wednesday evening after lightning struck a tree in the yard where they were playing. The children weren't directly hit, but were close enough to the tree that the electrical charge made them both collapse to the ground. Both boys, 13-year-old Jaden Alvarado and 7-year-old Isaac Martinez, were taken to the hospital for treatment. Family members said today the boys are stable condition in the ICU.
My daughters were facing the front windows, and they said they saw that it actually hit right out here. They said they saw where it was like fire, like orange and yellow, hit directly right there.
Thunderstorms were moving through North Texas throughout the day Wednesday, with some storms reportedly dropping hail the size of grapefruits in parts of central Texas.
The Texas House approved a bill on Wednesday that would require social media platforms to get consent from a parent or guardian for children under the age of 18 to create a social media account.
Yeah, and so they are saying consent will include a form, a toll-free telephone line, or a video conference call. And this leaves the question for tonight. Would a verification process be effective in keeping minors safe online? Yes or no? We take a look at these results, and 68% say yes, 32% say no. Thank you for voting tonight.
On Tuesday, the gates to the Luther Hotel were opened on the judge's orders, allowing for a team of experts pro bono to come in for inspection. Judge Polly Spencer allowed the estate's lawyer along with two groups to enter the Luther Hotel. Those groups included preservationists, architects, and an engineer. The full report of their findings will be disclosed at a later time. Meanwhile, petitions to save the Luther Hotel have resumed both online and in person, with numbers currently sitting at 4,000.
4 suspects now in custody in connection to an after-prom party shooting that left 11 teens wounded in East Texas Sunday. Deputies believe about 250 teens from Jasper and Kerrville were at the party when the shooting took place. After multiple days of interviews and processing evidence, investigators say they're closer to figuring out what happened. Officials are asking for the community to help them look for photos and videos to show exactly what happened at that party.
Baseball-sized hail caused widespread damage across parts of central Texas Tuesday night, including in Sweetwater, where several emergency vehicles were badly hit. An ambulance damaged while they were on a call transporting a patient. Leaders say if the vehicle is totaled, it could cost around $300,000 for the city to replace it. The Lake Sweetwater Volunteer Fire Department crews are down to 2 trucks instead of 3 because of damage.
We have 3. We have 2 good trucks. This is one of our good trucks that will be down for a period of time. As of right now, I'm hoping that we can fix the windshield and use it until they can set a time to do the repair and hopefully knock it out in a few weeks.
There was also damage to residents' vehicles and homes across the area. Unfortunately, another chance of strong storms carrying large hail expected to hit the same region Friday. Let's take a first look at your forecast with First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez. We've seen a lot of pictures, Mac, and we've heard a lot of reports, and just that one of grapefruit-sized hail all over the place. What are the chances we may be getting some of that maybe in the next 24 to 48?
Let's hope not.
Well, the concern is that the heavily hit area last night that we were watching all night long is going to get another round of severe weather. Now, obviously, we had some hail here. It wasn't quite as bad. But this frontal system will trigger off another line, another squall line coming through. And yeah, it's going to be a busy thing. The thing for us is I think it'll get here around midnight on Friday. So most of the day will be good. Hopefully all of the rain will be in the overnight time period. We'll have more details on that and a step-by-step on hourly thing coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Mac, thank you. The Victoria Area Homeless Coalition released the homeless headcount numbers for the nearby counties. In this year so far of 2023, so far Victoria has 177 unsheltered people living in the county. Unsheltered meaning living on the streets, in a car, or other places not meant for human habitation. Calhoun County has 22 unsheltered people, Jackson County has 6, and Gonzales County stands at 3 unsheltered people.
The sheltered count in Victoria County stands at 49 people. Sheltered meaning sleeping at the Salvation Army of Victoria, Perpetual Help Home, Mid-Coast Women's Crisis Center, or the Mid-Coast Transitional Housing Project. Mid-Coast Family Services currently serves 62 people and Promise Point serving 14 people. E. Jean Carroll, the woman who claims Donald Trump raped her back in the 1990s, cried on the stand as attorneys for the former president cross-examined her.
Yeah, they questioned details of her story and her motivation in this case.
Thank you. E. Jean Carroll grilled on her allegations that Donald Trump raped her in a department store in the 1990s. This on the 3rd day of her civil battery and defamation lawsuit in a federal court in Manhattan. Trump defense lawyer Joe Tacopina cross-examined Carroll for hours today about her story and her motivations. Using your own words, the facts that you have alleged in the story you have alleged here are odd, Tacopina said. Carroll responded, certain parts of the story are difficult to conceive of. Yes. The exchange becoming heated when Tacopina repeatedly asked Carroll why she didn't scream during the alleged assault. I'm not a screamer. I was too much in panic to scream. You can't beat up on me for not screaming. Tacopina shot back, I'm not beating you up. I'm asking you questions, Miss Carroll. Through tears, Carroll asserted, I'm telling you he raped me, whether I screamed or not. I don't need an excuse for not screaming. Tacopina, an experienced trial attorney, also currently defending Trump in an unrelated criminal case being brought by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, is known for his brash style of defending clients.
No, it can't be. This was a federal presidential election. The allegation here, in some Twilight Zone sort of scenario.
Outside court, a Trump spokesperson said the case is entirely political, and Trump himself accuses Carroll of lying, saying her case is, quote, a made-up scam. Tacopina pressed Carroll on why she waited until 2019 to go public with her story. She said she was mourning her mother's death, and then, I thought this may be a way to change the culture of sexual violence. The light dawned. We can actually change things if we all tell our stories. And I thought, by God, this may be the time.
Court won't be in session Friday. Trump's attorneys will continue to cross-examine Carroll on Monday. Now, the Department of Justice analyzing 13,000 pieces of evidence connected to the massacre at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. Authorities working to eventually publish a report into the botched law enforcement response and the mass shooting that killed 19 children and 2 teachers last year. The report expected to identify lessons learned and provide a roadmap for the future. More than 200 people have been interviewed. Authorities note that this is not a criminal or civil investigation. A federal judge deciding to delay his decision on a possible release for the accused Pentagon documents leaker. Attorneys for the Air National Guardsman fought for his release from jail.
But federal prosecutors are demanding he remains in custody.
New details emerging about accused Pentagon records leaker Jack Teixeira. The Department of Justice pressing for the Massachusetts Air National Guardsman to remain in federal custody, contending that he poses a national security risk and could have access to even more U.S. secrets of interest to other nations. Nations that could potentially offer Teixeira safe harbor. Teixeira's attorneys responding in a filing, accusing the government of hyperbolic judgments, asking the judge to release him on the least restrictive conditions, denying that he poses a flight risk or obstructing justice in his case. So far, he has not entered a plea. The DOJ's court filing revealing more about the 21-year-old suspect. Prosecutors claim he took a series of obstructive steps to impede the federal probe, including allegedly instructing members of the online platform where he's accused of sharing Pentagon documents to delete all messages. Federal prosecutors detailing noteworthy finds they say they located in a search of Teixeira's residence, such as a smashed laptop, tablet, and an Xbox gaming console, as well as a cache of firearms, including rifles, shotguns, and AR and AK style weapons. The government's filing also noting Teixeira's online communications, alleging that last November he said he would kill an expletive ton of people if he had his way. As early as last year, government records show that Teixeira had begun to access hundreds of classified records that had no bearing on his role, working essentially as an IT specialist. The Air Force also announcing 2 leaders from Teixeira's department have been suspended pending an investigation. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Cuero Main Street designated as an accredited Main Street America program for meeting performance standards. Cuero Main Street's performance annually rated by the Texas Historical Commission. To qualify for accreditation, communities must commit to building grassroots revitalization programs, strong public-private partnerships, growing economic opportunity for small businesses, and preserving historic places. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10, a report shows sexual assault reports in the U.S. military increased last year.
Also ahead, Brittany Griner holds her first media appearance since returning home from Russia.
Did you advertise for a room in your condo?
Yes, I did.
This was
There's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth. I'm a criminal.
It's just too dangerous.
Let's rock.
Join American Legion Post 166 for a special family play day at 1402 East Santa Rosa Street from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, April 29th. There will be games, food, and beverages, and fun for the whole family. Help American Legion Post 166 support suicide prevention for veterans.
Are you ready to stop letting big business take your customers away? Phase 3 Digital is your #1 digital marketing resource to keep your customers shopping with you. With an office right here in the Crossroads and a team of support across the nation, we can help you wherever your business is in the online journey. From building a site to developing e-commerce capabilities to growing your customer base, we will drive results. It is time to take the next step in growing your business with Phase 3 Digital. Are you ready to take your customers back? Give us a call or visit us online to get started.
Tired of your typical clock in, clock out job? You need a rewarding career in an entertaining environment that you'll enjoy. Take yourself out of the box and come to the Victoria Television Group. We have an active, fun, creative atmosphere that can help you succeed and keep those everyday work blues away. Come join our energetic and outgoing sales team. Renew your career and learn to use skills you didn't know you had. Call us 361-575-2500 or email opportunity@victoriatelevision.com for more information.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
The Pentagon says the U.S. military had a 1% increase in reports of sexual assault last year. A report found more than 7,300 reports of sexual assault against service members in 2022. The Navy, Marines, and Air Force saw a 9%, 3.6%, and 13% increase, while the Army saw a 9% decrease. Overall, the number of assault reports has risen in the military since 2010.
Dizzy spells and lightheadedness may be signs of health problems that may put you at risk for a stroke.
Here are a few things to know so you can act fast.
If you have dizzy spells or lightheadedness, it could mean that you have a condition like atrial fibrillation, cardiomyopathy, or even a stroke. Atrial fibrillation is the most common type of irregular heartbeat, and cardiomyopathy is a condition that makes it harder for the heart to pump blood to the rest of the body. Both of these conditions could put someone at risk of having a stroke. It's important to know the warning signs of stroke because it can happen to anyone at any time. Look for face drooping, arm weakness, and speech difficulty, and call 911 if you have any of these symptoms. Other symptoms include sudden numbness, confusion, trouble seeing, trouble walking, or severe headache with no known cause. Always report any symptoms to your doctor. Seek immediate medical attention and call 911 if you suspect you or someone else might be having a stroke. For more information, visit the American Stroke Association website. With this Medical Minute, I'm Lindsay Watts, ABC News.
WNBA star and Houston native Brittany Griner spoke to the media today for the first time since being released from a Russian prison back in December. Griner was introduced and entered the room to a standing ovation. The two-time Olympic gold medalist and 2014 WNBA champion is preparing for her 10th WNBA season. She spoke about her experience.
Honestly, you're going to be faced with adversities throughout your life. This was a pretty big one, but I just kind of relied on my hard work, getting through it. I know this sounds so small, but, dying in practice, and just hard workouts, you find a way to just grind it out.
WNBA training camps open this Sunday with the season tipping off on May 19th.
Well, good evening, folks. So we've got a lovely evening out there. Tomorrow is really nice, but there's another storm line headed in our direction. Yeah, you heard thunder, lightning, hail, all that stuff. As soon as tomorrow night. We'll have more on that coming up in a moment.
You want to have purpose, to unlock your full potential. Imagine a career that fits you. With the Pathways at Victoria College, you can take steps towards a high-paying career that fits you and your interests. Or save money by completing courses you need before transferring to a university to earn a bachelor's degree. No matter where you came from or where you are now, Victoria College will take you where you want to be. The world needs you. Are you ready? Victoria College. Enroll today.
Hi, I'm Charlie Garcia.
And I'm Rico Garcia.
And we are USA Concrete Coatings.
If you're ready to upgrade your business, restaurant, garage, man cave, or porch, then you're ready for USA Concrete Coatings.
We'll have your floors looking flawless with our exclusive USA Concrete Coatings products. We'll ensure that your concrete coating is strong and durable. It's antimicrobial and comes with a lifetime warranty.
USA Concrete Coatings, from concrete to custom in just one day.
Next Live.
Yes, Deja. Yeah, I like that.
It's Friday.
We made it. We did it.
Friday, Yara Shahidi.
Gotcha. She is a fairy.
From Peter Pan and Wendy, plus Emilio Estevez. And if you watch on DVR, set it to record live with Kelly and Mark.
Well, good evening, everyone. We are right now at 69 degrees, comfortable evening out there. And of course, the winds have now turned around. I mean, last night, or this morning rather, it's been so long that we got that north wind behind the front. Well, that ended, and now we're picking up a very slow southeast wind. And what that means is tomorrow we'll get up a little warmer. Today we were at 82. Tomorrow we're probably looking at about an 84. But as I mentioned, although it's a lovely evening out there, all the storminess is out to sea. As we look at the big picture here, you can see how there were still late thunderstorms down in the valley today. Of course, for us, it came through right at about the I-10 corridor. It began to weaken, and then we did get some hail around the area. This we did, courtesy of the Refugio and Emergency Operations Center. They put this up on Facebook. So there was some hail around the neighborhood, and obviously we didn't have what North Texas had, but that's good. We didn't need that. So now, as that storm is the one that caused last night or this morning, Here is what's causing the issue for Friday. Now, watch this. This is where it is now. Tomorrow, being Friday morning, it enters into the Panhandle, all right? Then Friday evening, it starts moving down, and another squall line is going to develop ahead of it. Now, there is a possibility that a squall line sort of feeds itself and gets going ahead of the cold front. In other words, the squall line will move faster than the actual north wind, and we may have that opportunity. But right now, it looks like 9 to 10 p.m. San Antonio and about midnight and maybe 2 in the morning for us here, and that's Friday night. And the good news is by Saturday morning, all this blows away. So most of your Friday, the bottom line, is going to be very good. It's just that late at night, after sundown, we're going to watch to the north, and we're going to watch that line of storms coming down through the area. Now, then on Sunday, we got a spectacular day, lots of sunshine, low humidity. In fact, we probably have the best chance for getting some sort of break in all this activity. This is tomorrow, and you can see how we, all of us, have a possibility of getting some severe weather. We're on level 2. Here's the first one, here's the second one, third, fourth, and fifth. We don't want to go there. But Dallas is going to get another, dumping of hail again, just like last night. It went all the way down to Waco, Brennan, College Station. All those places had problems. Now, for us, we are looking at, of course, for the next, this is Future Tracker. Notice how the clouds roll in, then the thunder showers begin. And right about there, what time is that? That is 9 o'clock Friday evening. Where's the line? San Antonio. Okay, then where are we? Just south of that. So by 6 in the morning, it'll be, or midnight, it'll be on top of us. And then by sunrise, it'll be gone. That's the good news, all right? So most of your Saturday will be fairly nice. Now, I had a little trouble writing up this 7-day. You know why? Because the rain begins right here about Friday midnight, and all of it is overnight on Saturday. So all of this bad news here is early on Saturday, but by Saturday noontime, all that clears up, and by Sunday, we've got some pretty nice weather here in the Crossroads. That's your 7-day forecast. Thanks for joining us. There's our QR code. I want you to scan that, and we can get to you anytime there's severe weather to report. And now we'll toss it over to Gino.
Thanks, Mac. The Pepsi Athlete of the Week is a UHV star who had an amazing week. We hear from her after the break.
When it comes from McAdams, it shows you care. The freshest flowers, the prettiest plants, balloons and gift baskets too. If beautifully unique is what you seek, making lasting impressions is what we do. Always the very best value for you. When it comes from McAdams, it shows you care.
Attention parents! If you are working, looking for work, attending school, or in training for a better career, did you know that you may qualify for child care assistance through Workforce Solutions Golden Crescent? Child care assistance can help you make those ends meet and is just a phone call away. Some guidelines apply. If you live in Calhoun, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzales, Jackson, Lavaca, or Victoria County, call 578-0341 to schedule your appointment to learn more. Workforce Solutions Golden Crescent, working for you. Workforce Solutions is an equal opportunity employer program.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Join happy Optimum customers who love their fast Optimum 300 meg internet for as low as $30 a month. Paul says it's reliable internet, great speed, reasonable pricing. Thanks, Paul. We think you're great too. Plus, Optimum has faster download speeds than AT&T nationwide. Get Optimum 300 meg internet for $30 a month with Optimum Mobile for as low as $15 a month. For your special offer, call 866-9-OPTIMUM. Go to Optimum.com or visit a store today. Get closer, go farther with Optimum.
Patty Crossroads, the Pepsi Athlete of the Week is a UHV Jaguar who was named as the Red River Athletic Conference Athlete of the Week because of her performance last week on the ball diamond. University of Houston Victoria first baseman Claire Blinka helped lead the Jaguars to a 5-1 record last week, along with bringing in 13 runs and batting for a .438 average through 16 at-bats. In a blink of an eye, she had a career-high 6 RBIs in the contest against Texas College, in part to her grand slam late in the game to give the Jaguars the go-ahead lead.
It felt great. You know, going into the box, I was super confident because we'd seen her and I've been hitting well for the whole game, and I knew that if I just stayed in my element that, you know, everything would be just fine. And then I ended up hitting a grand slam, which felt even better.
This was the junior's second home run of the year, but her first grand slam in her college career. She wears the number 24 as a tribute to her brother because he wore it on the football field and felt it was good to keep the number in the family. Her walk-up song is Funky Town by Lips Inc. because it helps keep her calm, relaxed, and confident.
I mean, the main thing that I work on is definitely just going gap to gap. You know, not trying to hit a home run, just line drives up the middle, in between. So that's pretty much what I work on.
The Port Lavaca native is thankful to have her family show up to a lot of her games since they live down the road. She hopes to go on to win the conference title and hopefully make the World Series like they did her freshman year.
You never go into a week, you know, thinking about being athlete of the week. You just go in trying to be the best that you can for your team and for your pitchers that work so hard. So, you know, being able to earn this definitely is a little bit of a confidence boost, so close to conference tournament, and just, you know, makes me want to work even harder to just keep it going.
A grand slam and other career high contributions are the reason why Claire Blinka is your Pepsi Athlete of the Week. And 25 News Now sports reporter Zach Brown was live in Goliad to see the Ganado Maidens take on the Stockdale Brahmas. Pitching for the Maidens was Macy Kolakny, and she only allowed just 1 run in the contest in the bottom half of the first inning. She would strike out the side in the second and would never look back. The Maidens would go on to win in dominant fashion 12-1. Ganado's offense caught fire, including a grand slam by Kolakny. Ganado will be moving on to the area round of playoffs. The Texans might have won the first round of the NFL draft after picking their new quarterback C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State, and then they shocked the NFL world by trading Arizona for the 3rd overall pick, picking back-to-back and selecting Alabama's Will Anderson. Houston gave up the number 12 pick and 33rd pick overall in this year's draft, along with a 1st and 3rd round pick in next year's draft. The Dallas Cowboys, on the other hand, drafted Michigan defensive tackle Motzie Smith with the 26th pick overall. Well, that's your sports. Don and Karina, back to you.
I think the Texans fans are going to be very excited over that move. I really think so, Gino. But we'll see. It's only draft night. Okay. Gino, thank you. And stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10. After the NFL draft, we'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, President Biden took part in Take Your Child to Work Day.
News Center 25 at 6 and 10 is also heard on KVNN 1340 AM, Victoria's News Network.
Here sits the McDonald's hash brown, letting the breakfast sandwich shine, giving it undying support. The side that makes every main better. Let's all be more like the hash brown.
But why stop there? Don't just get hash browns. Get the whole breakfast. Right now, get a big breakfast with hotcakes for just $4.99. Only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey there, Crossroads. Searching for a new job or just want to learn a new skill? The Victoria Television Group can help you with hands-on training as a master control operator, camera operator, audio technician, graphics operator, studio technician, or video editor. There is always something new to learn, so come join our team. Come by the station and pick up an application or email us at opportunity@victoriatelevision.com.
Reporters brought their children to the White House today for Take Your Child to Work Day. It kicked off with children asking the press secretary some tough questions earlier in the day. Then they asked President Biden what he does on a daily basis and who his biggest inspiration is. His answer? Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his parents. Biden explained he's going to make sure everyone has health care. The president noted he's working on making sure the wealthy pay their fair share in taxes.
I don't know which one of you guys is going to be president of the United States.
You got any presidents here? All right, man, that's good. Then you gotta make me a promise though. When you're president and they say Joe Biden's out in the waiting room coming to see you, promise me you won't say Joe who. You remember me, okay?
Biden told the children that their parents are doing important work for the press and the government. He said America is the only country built on an idea where all men and women are created equal, and that their parents are working towards that goal.
River levels starting to crest in Minnesota. The Mississippi River expected to crest Friday in St. Paul, Minnesota, around 19 feet. The Crow River crested just around 20 feet Monday. Forecasters say this is 3 feet shy of an all-time record. The National Weather Service flood forecast shows another river is at its crest and will stay around 89 feet for a week. 2 weeks ago, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers began closing locks in central and southern Minnesota, and they are still closed. That is 89 feet. That is really high.
I don't know if that's a lake or a river level, but that does sound high. But the point is that all that snow is melting, and the Missouri and the Mississippi start way up there at the Canadian border and go all the way down. That snow melt will wind up in New Orleans.
Oh, yes, that's
Hard
right.
to
Eventually.
believe. Hard to
Eventually,
believe, sooner or later. Well, folks, for us, we've got a clearing skies for tonight and a not a bad looking Friday. It's Friday night late after sundown when we expect another line of storms coming through. Now, I put the front there because I expect the front around midnight. So that's when the stormy weather will arrive. Now, all that dark stuff on the Saturday, that's all before noontime. I have an alert day because, you know, it's going to affect everybody. So expect thunder and lightning Friday night into Saturday morning. The good news, it'll clear, and Saturday night it's going to be really nice.
Mac, thank you. Finally tonight, police received a call about suspicious people running through a neighborhood along with a cow on the loose.
No.
Oh, yes.
A cow on the loose.
A cow on the loose. I'm trying to milk the story for all I can. Officers with help from a farmer able to corral the cow and get it into a trailer. The cow taken to a humane society. Police determined, there's the cow. It was a senior prank gone wrong. No one was hurt. The students involved in the incident issued local citations to appear in court.
No.
An internal investigation is ongoing, but no criminal charges will be pursued. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what you see when you have a herd mentality.
He's being utterly ridiculous.
Oh,
you know?
my gosh.
One day, I hope to be as quick-witted as you guys.
I wouldn't steer you wrong, okay?
2 for 2. Alrighty, well, thank you for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 on Crossroads Today Plus.
Join Carolina Astarain and meteorologist Trey Mining. 25 News Now Sunrise starting at 5 a.m. Good night, everybody.